What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a great day. Today, I want to make a pretty long, extensive video on the beginner guide for anime adventures. So if you're a new player, returning player, doesn't matter. You're trying to get back into the game, I just want to help you out with this video. Alright, the first thing you're going to see when you load in is the codes area. This is where you're going to want to go. If you're a new player, a player coming back, I'm going to show the codes up on screen, the ones that work for now as the making of this video. I highly recommend you get these in because they expire pretty fast and they don't give out a lot of codes. Alright, so once you're done entering all those codes, you're probably going to have a decent amount of gems to finally be able to summon. Summoning in this game is a huge part of the whole base game. Mainly any mythic you pull in this game is very good. If you're a new starting player, people I'd definitely look out for is Guts, Berserker is what he's called in game. Honey, she's very amazing. Grimjaw, very amazing. Units like that. Alright, so after you're done summoning, even if you get shafted or even if you didn't, so let's just say you got a legendary, you got a mythic, that should be enough to hopefully carry you through the first few stories. If you got a unit I didn't mention, like Honey, like any units that aren't Honey or Guts, I will, in the description of this video, I will have the Anime Adventures wiki where you can go check the tier list and you can go see who's good. Alright, so once we're done with all that, you're going to come into this area right here, play. And once you're in the play area, these little boxes, these cubes, these are where you're going to go in and you're going to play through the game's story. Thankfully, since you're starting to play the game now or you're coming back to the game, all these old worlds are going to have something called world skip, where instead of you having to play through each and every act of these, it's just going to instantly skip you to the final act, so act 6, which is going to save you lots and lots of time, and it will give you all the gems. Now, once you're done with all the story, you will have a lot of gems to summon, and that will basically open up the rest of the game to you. You'll be able to evolve your units, you'll be good enough to take on most events in the game, and you will be able to be strong enough. Alright, so once we're done with that, you're done with story, you've played enough to where you feel like you're happy. I'm gonna show you 3 things that are pretty important if you're a new player. 1, Battle Pass. This is super important if you're a new player because it gives very good rewards like gems, it gives you rerolls, it gives you these stars which are just here for the Christmas event. They give you stat cubes, gold, these star capsules, which are very useful. And then these big, at level 25 and at level 50 of the Battle Pass, you will get units. And these units, especially if you're a new player, will definitely help you out a bunch. The second thing I wanted to show you is right here, Present Hunt. This is only going to be here for, as we know, just for the Christmas event. But as you play through the game, enemies that you kill are gonna drop presents, and you can go turn them in to this guy right here. And once you have 1,000, you can claim it, and it'll give you a present. It'll give you a reward. It can give you stat cubes. It can give you rerolls. It can give you gems, I believe. It can give you a lot. All right, so the third thing after that I'm gonna show you, which is super important, is challenges. This is a little tedious part of the game, but once you have pulled your mythic unit, even some legendaries, you're going to need to evolve them. Evolving your characters in this game is insanely useful and basically mandatory for any difficult content. When you go to evolve a character, you are going to need these star fruits right here, like these red, blue, and yellow ones. You're going to come here and do the challenges that appear here. Thankfully now, I think they've made it so every challenge is going to be 4 star fruits, which is what you're going to need. And also this right here. I don't recommend, if you're a new player, I don't recommend taking this on immediately because this is super difficult. But when you feel confident enough to do this right here, this daily challenge area, is super useful. It gives you very good rewards. You can get 10 to 50 rerolls, star remnants, which is insanely good. limit breaking, which is something I'll go over later, but very, very useful. This is the only place you can get them in the game. Stat cubes, very good. And then gems, which you're always going to be needing in this game. All right, coming from challenges, you're going to need these star fruits, and I'm going to show you where you're going to evolve your characters. So this area over here, this big purple area that says evolve, this is going to be super, super important as well. This is where you limit break. You get those little star pieces right here from the daily challenges that you do. Limit breaking in this game, this is something you shouldn't do until you have a bunch of mythics, and basically until your account has baked, you're a good, you have good units, you have a good account. But anyways, limit breaking is you can take a unit, any unit in your box. I'm pretty sure it's only mythics, but maybe I'm wrong. You take the little currency that you got from Star Capsule or from the daily challenge, and you can feed other mythics into this limit break. You need 12 mythics to have them fully fed, and once you limit break a character, their max level, instead of being 100, will be 110, which is super big because that gives you a lot more damage. It also gives, for every limit break unit on your team, it gives a 5% damage boost to your whole team. So right here in the bottom right, I have 3 limit breaks, and that's because I have my Eins limit broken, my Judar limit break in, and I have my Bulma limit break in. So that means I'm getting a 15% damage boost for my entire team, which is super big. Now, as I said, I would not touch the limit break area till you're a little later in the game because it is pricey, it's expensive, it's difficult to do. Alright, so assuming you've finished story, you've done a couple challenges, you've grown your account, you have star fruits on your account and everything, when you get a new character, mainly, as I said, mythics in this game all have evolutions. So you're going to come over here into this little big glowing area. You're going to pick unit. I have a lot of these in my box, but let's just say you pulled Honey off the banner. Honey, when you evolve her, she's going to get, every character is going to get a new attack, and they're going to get a bunch of damage on evolution. That's why evolution is so important. And they're also going to require a lot of star fruits from challenges to evolve. So like some characters like Honey right there, she doesn't require a lot actually, but then there's some characters out there that require a lot. Like they require like 20 of each. So Honey, the only reason I keep recommending her is because she is probably the best starter character in the game because she's so cheap. She does so much damage, and she's so easy to evolve. So she just is super, super good for you. So coming out from the evolve area, right here is Beerus. And you want to talk to Beerus for 2 things, really. Crafting, which is if you have a character that acquires an item. Like, let's just say, let's come back to evolve. Let's just say a character like... Let me find somebody with an evolution and I'll show you what I mean. Let's say right here, this Ida lady, she needs something called crystal shards. So she doesn't need star fruits, but she needs this evolution item instead of star fruits. So what you're going to do is, if you ever have a character that needs an item like that, you're going to come over to Beerus. You're going to type what you need. So crystal shards. This is where it's going to take star fruits. So instead of evolving her, the item takes star fruits itself, and then you can craft it. Notice how it needs gold. You get gold from many different areas in the game. Clearing quest, clearing story, and whenever you summon. This is something I'm also going to throw in that I suggest you guys do if you're new players. Whenever you summon, I suggest auto-selling epics and rares, and not auto-selling legendaries, because epics and rares you will not need at all. The only epic you would probably need is Speedwagon down here, CEO, because he is a money unit. But other than him, he is the only epic you'd ever need and everyone else, you can auto sell to get gold, and you can use gold. This is one of the many areas you can use gold, but this is definitely where you're gonna need it if you're evolving characters. All right, so the second thing Beerus has is rerolling potential. So you may have remember earlier I said you got these things called stat cubes, okay? And with stat cubes, you are going to come over to Beerus, you're going to press the reroll potential area, and you're going to see this screen right here. So worthiness is a percentage that will go up every time your character gets a kill, or every time your character gets, I think it's 50% of damage on a kill. And I'll reroll a little bit so you can see how it works. All this guy has B+ on his stats, right? The higher the letter it is, that means the better your stats are. So if I reroll, I got an A right there. If you have 100% worthiness, so when you have 100% worthiness, you will get better stats, supposedly. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but you will get better stats. It'll be guaranteed like B's and A's. And stats are very important. Like the lowest you can get, let me see if I can get it here, just so I can show you. Okay, I got very good luck there, but right here, C+, this is bad. You see how it says negative right here? This is very bad. That means that I'm actually losing range on my sea god here, Poseidon. So you want to make sure that you are plus. Something that's super rare that can happen, but is definitely good if you get it, is on your characters, you see in the bottom right how it says SS? You can get big stats. Basically, it goes A, like just going on from B, it goes B minus, B, B plus, A minus, A plus, A, S, S minus, S plus, SS, and then SSS. SSS is like the highest you can go. You see how my SBA right here is glowing? That means I have a triple S on his SBA, on his potential, which is super good. Triple S, if you have triple S on any of your character stats, that means like you literally have like almost the exact max of what it can be, which is super good. That is super useful. All right, moving on. Assuming you haven't spent any rerolls at all, you're going to head over to this trait area, Whis, right here. It'll be right next to Limit Break and right in front of Evolve. You're going to talk to Whis, and you're going to get something through the game, which this is the cornerstone of the game. This is what the game really depends on sometimes, and it's rerolls. So you're going to get these reroll tokens, or you're going to get these things called Star Remnants, and you can spend these Star Remnants to roll on characters. And this is super, super important. Because if you get, let's just say, one of these, any of these rainbow glowing mythics traits, you basically, like, that character is going to be very, very, very good. As I said, I'll leave the wiki in the description. You can look at what the traits exactly do on the wiki, but specifically unique. Let's just talk about unique, okay? Unique is broken. If you get unique on any of your mythics, that mythic is instantly going to be good and is instantly going to be more useful. Now, I would only roll, this is just my advice for new players. I would only roll traits on I would only roll traits on good units that you know are good. I would look at the wiki, as I said, for the tier list, just so you can have a good mental image of what's good and what's bad. Secrets, if you get any secrets, a secret is a character that has this red border right here. They're characters that are like limited or are like super hard to get. If at any time you get a secret, those characters are extremely good to roll on. So, as I said, just if you're a new player or you're a returning player, please use your trait rerolls sparingly. Do not waste them. If you are not going to spend money on this game, So if you're not going to buy any of these, do not do not waste your rerolls. It is very important. Once you get to my level, and if you're free to play and you get to my level where you have basically every unit in the game evolved, you are going to probably not enjoy the game as much if you wasted all your rerolls and you got no good traits, okay? So just be sparing, be smart, and you will definitely have a better time. Alright, one thing I'm going to walk by right here. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I'll show you it. Leaderboard. Every game has a leaderboard. You guys probably all know what it is. It's just you are the top on the leaderboard of something you've done. So like player level. This guy's got the highest player level in the world, which is insane. This is for infinite. So like the infinite mode of this game, if you get super high, so like these guys are 195, 183, 158. If you get super high, you will get an exclusive limited unit that only you will get, and that will be super rare. Obviously, like at this point in the game, you probably aren't going to be getting leaderboard unless you spend money, just because that's just the way the game's gone now. But yeah, the thing I wanted to show you specifically in this area is right here, level milestones. This guy right here, as you level up through the game, you are going to get level milestones. Like right here, it says level 5, level 10, level 15. Every 5 levels, you're going to get rewards, and it goes up to 100. And you definitely want to claim these. I mean, you can see here, you're getting gems, you're getting rerolls. I believe at level 100, yeah, you get a limit break as well. Very useful. I'd keep that in mind. That is something super useful that you're going to definitely want to keep in mind. It is a brand new feature, so a lot of people might not know about it as well. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to leave the leaderboard area, and I'm going to show you this area right here, raid. It's in the big red text, big red room. This area is, I think, if you're a new player, maybe you shouldn't touch this immediately, but if you have good units and you have friends that you can play with, I would definitely check this area out. It is very similar to play, where you just walk into here, and these worlds are going to pop up on the right. So these are raids. They're difficult stages that give you unit drops right here. You can see right here, there's a 3% limited Kid Boo that drops from this one. Like this one, how raids work is whenever they add another raid, so like Sacred Planet's the newest one, it's at the top, okay? When they do eventually add another new one, this, like, Kid Boo will not be here anymore. You will not be able to get him anymore. That's the gimmick of raids, is they're super difficult events that drop super rare and new characters. So like this strange town right here, this JoJo one, this used to have a character in it, but you can't get it anymore. So the only point you would still do these for is for these currencies. So like you can see in the Boo one, it drops these M's, these little Majin M's. In this one, it drops these little purple like skull coins. In these, it drops these little wisteria plant things. These are all for evolving characters. So like, let's just say you pull Goku or Vegeta off the banner. You're gonna need these M's right here. You need these M's to evolve them. So this is where you're gonna get them. They are different. There's a couple characters in this game that have a different way of evolving. So instead of it being like play, or you make the Evo item, you're gonna actually have to like grind out the materials for it. This raid shop, it's just for different, like some of these older ones, some of these older raids, you have to buy the evolution item from the raid shop, which you're gonna get from just playing the raid. But these newer ones, you don't need to. You just need to get the Majin marks, the M's. So there actually is a couple of characters that do drop from this stage still. Like right here, this 1%. This used to be Stain, but they redesigned him. He still looks pretty good, I'd say. But you're also going to get these reroll tokens, and then after 15 runs, you guaranteed get Stain. This guy is worth doing, in my opinion. He's still super good. I wouldn't do him right away if you're a new player, but I definitely would get him done at some point. He's not limited. so you have all the time in the world to do it. They added matchmaking, which I haven't mentioned earlier in the video, but if you're a new player and you're struggling with anything in the game, this CAPTCHA is going to come up, okay? And you're going to just like enter it, submit it, and then it's going to start matchmaking at the top of your screen. I'm going to cancel that just so I don't get dragged out of here, but it's going to start matchmaking. That is super, super, super useful if you're a new player. That is a gimmick that really I've only seen Anime Adventures do. I haven't seen many other tower defense games do it, but that is such a good feature. I would definitely take advantage of that, especially if you're struggling or you're a new player. There's a couple other stages that drop characters. Like this drops a mythic Naruto. He's not very good. This drops Akaza, I think his name is. He's not very good either. This drops a mythic Cell and a mythic Trunks. They aren't very good. You're gonna notice that some of the old, like some characters that are super, super, super old aren't very good, which is just naturally what's gonna happen with this game. With power creep, your characters are gonna eventually just get power crept out of the game, unless, which this is pretty important, unless you have like unique on them or divine. That will genuinely keep them in the game's meta for a long time, like way past what they should be. So like, let's just say you got unique on Grimjaw, or Gremmy, Dreamer right here that's in banner. Let's just say you got unique on him. That wouldn't be his ideal trait, but let's just say you did get unique on him. That would keep this guy like in the game's meta for like probably like, I don't know how bad the game's gonna get power crept in the future, but if they follow how they did when the game was originally available a year ago, he'll probably be in the meta for a very long time, like almost a year. So I would definitely, like I said it earlier in the trait area of the video, but unique, if you ever get unique on your character, be very excited because it's very rare and it instantly makes your characters about 400 times better than what they normally would be. So it is definitely worth it. Coming out of the raid area, I'm also gonna highlight this. It's called Time Machine. It's disabled right now, which sucks, but maybe at the time this video goes up, it'll be up. Time Machine is a AFK chamber. So it's a place you could walk into, press enter and use. And it is where you could sit there, and it's where you could go, like you could just leave this on your computer or your phone or whatever, go do something else, like go to sleep or go to like anything, go do anything else other than the game. It will automatically farm gems and I believe gold for you while you're sleeping and doing other stuff. If you have Roblox Premium, you get more, and if you have V.I.P, the V.I.P Game Pass, you get more. Alright, so I'm going to show you this store as well. We're not going to talk about these. If you're a new player, I don't recommend just instantly buying your way to the top. People always say this game is pay to win, which it is a tiny bit, but not in the aspect of if you pay your way through everything, you're just gonna like be the best. That's just not how this game works. I'd say the game's like pay to progress faster. It's not very pay to win, because you could go look at the newest, like biggest YouTuber like Nag Roblox. Even he doesn't have like super rare characters like Aizen, which are like super hard to get. So it's tough to pay your way through this game. So I would probably stay away from this unless you want to spend money. I would skip through all of these pages until you get to Game Pass right here. If you're a new player, I don't recommend either of these three. Like unit storage just gives you more storage in your inventory for your units. Display 3 units just makes it so when you walk around, there's going to be 3 people following you. Display all units makes it so there'd be 6 instead of 3. And Shiny Hunter. So I did not go over this, but while you're summoning, or even as a drop, you can get a shiny of a character. And when you get a shiny of a character, it will look like this. Like this is what normal Cream would look like. He's from the event. You can pull him from the event banner or the icy star capsules. This is what he would normally look like. But there are these things called shinies in the game that you can get. And shinies are where they look different. They'll have a different cosmetic. They just completely look different. Shiny Hunter, that Shiny Hunter Game Pass will help you. It'll give you a permanent buff to get a higher chance for shinies. Is it worth it in my opinion? No. It's 1,300 Robux, and I've only gotten a couple of shinies in my, like, I've basically played this game since release. Alright, the final Game Pass I want to show you right here is V.I.P. See, if you're a new player, this is the only Game Pass that I would recommend is worth getting, that you would get. V.I.P. You can see it right here. I'll read it for you. It gives 20% off gem summons. So that means instead of a summon being 500 gems, it'd be 400. It also gives you a little rainbow thing above your name. So like mine's Mudkip. My name's just super short, so that's why it's only green. But if you have a long name, it'll be rainbow. And then it also will give you 10% player XP. So you will level up faster, which leveling up in this game doesn't really matter. Other than player milestones and other than trading. Trading, you need to be a certain level on. Trading altogether is, especially if you're a new player, returning player, I wouldn't even step foot near. It is a super intricate, difficult system. So I would stay away for it for a little bit, especially right now, with the game's re-release. The values of every character is kind of all screwed up. So like a lot of people are getting scammed and overpaying for what they actually should be paying, the amount they would normally pay for it. So trading's something I'd stay away from. I will probably make a video on trading once there's a better value chart. I will link that in the description when it's done. Actually, it's still being created from what I know, but there is a chart that you can pull up that will show you the value of every character in the game. So let's just take like my Judar, right? When he becomes tradable, you see he's limited right here. When he goes away and he becomes tradable, he'll have a certain amount of value for the trade community. And we don't know what it is yet because the chart's not done. So when that chart is done, I will definitely let you guys know. I'll probably make a video on it. I will link it in the description just so you guys can have it. Just so you guys can be ready for it. What else can I show you? I could also show you your items, just anything you get like throughout playing the game. Star remnants, stage drops like these mage marks, eyeballs, like anything you get that drops while playing these games will go straight to your bag. You can sort it by skins, which you can get from events. You can sort by relics. You can sort by portals, gifts, stars, XP. What is that one? Materials, keys, miscellaneous boosts. So you can sort it any way you want. I just suggest all. But all right. Yeah. So there's 3 final things I really want to show you that'll be useful. Right here, quest in the top right above your battle pass. This is something that I highly recommend you do if you're a new player. Try and get your dailies done every day because it does give you a lot of battle pass XP. It gives you a lot of right now it gives you a lot of the event currency, the Christmas event, and it also gives you gems, which is like the cornerstone of the game. There's event missions. I only have this one right now because I think I have all of them done, but you'll have a lot more than I do. And then infinite. If you are that desperate for gems, you could do these, where if you reach wave 50 on an infinite, you'll get gems and trophies. Every story mode stage that you complete, you'll also get gems. So I would definitely try and complete all the story as much as you can. Alright, so the second thing I wanted to show you, this is something that I probably wouldn't touch until you've established your account. So I probably wouldn't touch it until you start doing like evolving your units and doing raids. Thankfully, with the matchmaking, it makes grinding these a lot easier. But these are relics. So you could come over here. It's basically like to the opposite where codes is. You could talk to Gilgamesh, and you can craft these things called relics. And relics are super strong. They haven't made a new one in a while, actually. But regardless, relics are ridiculously strong things in this game. You could craft them. They take gold. They take these relic shards, which you get from raids. These drops, like, these drops are all from, like, it'll tell you where it drops from. So, like, it says Magic Hill Legend Stage. These will all drop from different areas of the game. They're definitely worth doing. Anything that's on the special page right here is good. They're all worth it. Base is just for like crafting materials. Materials is like literally just to make the base crafting material. It's like, it's got a big system. Relics are super important. I'll show them out for you real quick, but right here, this one's called the Mirror Blade, okay? I'll read it out to you. So, why these are so good is because every character in the game has physical element and magic element, or they have true element, but just mainly every character's physical or magic. So right here, you see it gives you 3% physical damage, and then it gives you 11% crit chance for physical. The reason these relics are so good is because look at what this does. Every 4 strikes, the next strike is 100% crit chance, which is double. It basically doubles your damage of what your character is doing for the next hit, which is super strong. Nail. This is what this is called, Sting Nail. You can't make this. You have to trade for this. So I would only get this if you really want it. But it makes your units, your physical units, do 20% more crit damage. Very strong. Mermaid Crown, it just, each water damage hit reduces the enemy's magic resistance. So if they resist magic, this will make so their resistance will go down, which is pretty nice. Timepiece. So you might notice I have a couple of these timepieces. Timepieces are like the best magic relic in the game. Magic has gotten kind of screwed, I'd say, when it comes to the relics, because Mirror Blade, this thing right here, is just so good that the timepiece just gets instantly overshadowed. But the timepiece is very strong. This is what I would throw onto your magic characters for sure. And then last relic we'll go over is right here, the Infernal Gaze. This is a fire relic. It makes burning duration double, which is insane. So that makes any character that has burn do double the duration of the burn. So that doubles their damage, which is insane. That is super strong. One thing I will go over: don't fall into this trap. Relics are annoying to grind, and you might have noticed right here this says every 4 strikes, and then the Mirror Blade to its right says every 5 strikes. That's because relics have a random percentage that you can roll onto them when you pull them. It's not like you make it and you get this guaranteed. It's randomized, which is like kind of like not fun, but that's why I would suggest like just make one of these and then call it a day, unless you really want to make your character super OP. These are very annoying to grind, but they're worth it. I won't take that away. They're very worth it. All right, so the final area I also wanted to show too is the gold shop right here. This is, you can buy XP if you need XP for your units. This is pretty useful. Materials, this will refresh. You see it says 38 minutes for me. It will refresh, I believe, at 7 p.m. Eastern time every day. And it has star fruits in them, which is very, very useful because if I'm going to be honest, grinding challenge out every day for star fruits is not very fun. It is very difficult sometimes, depending on like if they need a lot. Over here, I'll take you to this as well because I just remember this. This is the traveling merchant shop, Bulma's shop. This will come down I believe it's every hour, and it will be only available for like the whole hour or whatever. It'll have different items in it that you can buy for gold, for gems. It's very nice. They have star fruits in them. They have star remnants in them. They have something called tickets, which you can use to summon. So I would definitely keep an eye out on Bulma's shop when you load in. Just run up and just see what's in it quick. If there's nothing you want, just leave and go do whatever you need to do. Tournament. I don't need to go over this. This is something that I genuinely would not touch unless you have a good account. Tournaments are hard. It's similar to Leaderboard, where it's basically who spends more wins. Basically how tournaments work, I'll show you. Tournaments, every tournament, you see how it says ends in 8 days? I think it's tournaments are up for a week, so 7 days. And at the end of the 7 days, they'll reset. Like the tournament will reset and there'll be a new one. And every tournament will have a different gimmick. So like right here, it says Godspeed enemies. So that means enemies have like super, super fast speed. And these elements right here, these are the elements that do more damage. So wind and storm, they'll do more damage in this tournament. Right here, if you click on the right, you can see all rewards. This is just what you get for placing. This is why I say it's not very fair if you're a new player, because this is a trait enabled tournament, which means traits work on this tournament. Every other tournament will switch it. So it'll be like one tournament will be traits enabled and then the next one will be traits disabled. So traits enabled ones, if you're in a bad bracket right here on the right, which is randomized, if you're in a bad bracket with people that are super sweaty or whales and just spend a lot of money, good luck. That's all I can tell you, because you're going to struggle. It's going to be tough. But if you do manage to get within top 5, that is your goal with these, you will get a special unit, which will have a lot of trade value whenever you get to trading. If you get number 1, you get a shiny version of that special trade unit. And then you get a bunch of gems, star remnants, trophies. So tournaments is something obviously I wouldn't do until you're ready. I'd probably stay away from it for now, unless you have like a bunch of evolved characters, you feel confident. You will on the internet find a lot of videos, like tutorial videos, how to win a tournament or like a strategy. I think the guy's name is Box Blocks. That guy is super good. He makes super good tournament videos. I'll show him up on screen, like his channel. He makes super good tournament videos, so if you're ever like curious or you ever want to know strategy, check him out, please. He is super good. He's helped me out throughout my time playing AA. All right, so there actually is one final thing I wanted to show you. I completely forgot about this, but this right here, so it'll be right in front of Evolve, so to the right of where you spawn in, there'll be something called Infinity Mansion. So you're gonna walk into this guy and you can see it's like a big cool area. If you walk over here, Infinity Mansion, this is a game mode. This game mode's very interesting. It goes to 100 floors and the room changes. Like you can see right here, room 61, dark does more damage. Room 60, rose does more damage. Room 59, fire does more damage. You get the gist. But Infinity Castle has infinite floors, and the higher you climb, the more gems you get, the better rewards you get, right? You see in the top left right here, there's a leaderboard actually for Infinity Castle. So that is very nice. But this gives you a lot of gems. So if you're ever low on gems or you need gems, I highly recommend you do this. And I highly recommend you do it every time it resets. So you see right here, it says Season 11. This resets every couple updates. You can see in the top right, it says Puppet Star, Stat Cube. Like, you get a different item for clearing every 10 rooms. And when you get to room 100, you get something called a Puppet Star, which is super useful. Those are units that, those are capsules that will open up into units once the time is, like, once the Infinity Castle is over. So like the new season starts, you'll be able to open last season's. So like that one is Puppet Star. We don't know who's in it. Apparently it might be Mechamaru from JJK, or it might be Kakyoin from JoJo. We don't exactly know yet, but that is worth doing. They normally are pretty decent units, and they'll have high trade value. They'll look cool cosmetics. So yeah, that's my beginner guide. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoy this. My next video, I don't know when it'll be going up, but it probably will be a tier list video just to help you guys out, like my own personal tier list. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you, and goodbye.